really important to learn how to launch a boat before you show up there for the first time. Do a little practice, but you're going to make a lot of friends when you get everything ready in the staging area before you pull right up to the ramp. Don't ever pull right up to the ramp and then get all your stuff ready. If you want to make some people mad, that's a good way to do it. So let's get our stuff ready before we go over to the ramp. And guess what? Last but not least, before you launch, make sure you put the drain plug in. You know, a lot of the new boats now literally have just a lever here that you can open and close your drain plug. So if you do forget, it's pretty simple. You just walk back here and close the plug and let your bilge it out. But it's always important to put that drain plug in before you get out there on the water. You know, launching a boat's pretty easy. We're going to show you both ways. The way to launch a boat with 2 people, which is very simple, and then the other way is just a single person. The biggest key is right here. It's your winch. I can unhook the winch here, unclip the boat, and now she can just back me in the water. So let's go. We're good. So here we are at the launch ramp. We've got everything ready. We've got our straps undone, took the transom bar off, put our plug in, and with 2 people, we've unhooked the front of the boat as well. So I'm going to put my life jacket on because you can drown just as easily at the ramp as you can out in the middle of the lake. Something else that's always important is your kill switch. Always hook up your kill switch when you're running the big engine. So, you know, this ramp's pretty easy. It's nice and wide and all that, so it makes it pretty easy. But, you know, I can assist her up there by just some simple hand signals. She's watching, and if she needs to get over some, I can help her. You know, there's a couple different ways to do this. If you haven't started your motor or something in a while, you can back down just a little bit, make sure the outboard gets started and all that before you go ahead and launch the boat off. So we're going to back down here, get the motor in the water. Okay, and make sure the motor starts good. Okay, now that we've got it started, I'm going to wave her down, and off we go. Simple as that. She's just backed down far enough, the boat's come off the trailer, so now she'll just go park the truck and we're ready to hit the water. It's really important to maximize your time on the ramp. You know, you want to be on the ramp itself very little, so back down quickly, get it off the trailer. Etiquette's really important. You know, you want to leave the lanes open for you know, for people launching and loading their boats, and the rest of it do in the staging area. So when you launch a boat by yourself, that's where it becomes challenging. This one's going to be pretty challenging because there is no dock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to my winch here. I'm going to loosen it, and that way my boat's still attached to the trailer. But what we're going to do, make sure it'll click back up because you don't want it to completely unwind. But what I've got is I've got some slack here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it that slack. So we're going to back it down enough to get it to where it'll float off the trailer, and then we'll hop in the boat, park it, and then go do the truck itself. You know, after you learn to back a trailer a few times a boat, you can kind of tell by watching it that there's kind of a sweet spot. And once you learn it, you know, on a trailer, you can kind of watch the water level, and when it gets to a certain point, you can tell where that sweet spot is. And you just want to back it far enough to where it kind of pops off the hook there, just like so. And my winch is holding it in place. Put our parking brake on. And some ramps, you don't have to get your feet wet. Thank goodness it's warm here. So we'll just pop our shoes off. And we'll just unhook like so. Unhook the trailer. And we'll go launch the boat and park it. And then hurry and get our trailer out of the way so the next people are good to go. You know, this ramp right here, it's pretty challenging because there's no docks, and a lot of places we encounter are that way. So You know, a lot of guys have a keel protector, which you can, a lot of times you can just pull right up on the ramp then, but I don't have a keel protector and I want to keep my keel protector good, but this is just another great application for power poles. Right there I can put my power poles down. They'll hold me in place. And I'll just hop out. Reposition the boat here. Okay. Now we'll go park the truck. You know, it takes a few launchings to kind of get to know, but you'll get a feel over time of there's a certain sweet spot where to back your boat down or the trailer down to get the boat up on properly. So, you know, for me, it kind of seems to be about the midpoint in the wheel wells. So you just gotta watch it and get a feel for it. And after a few launches, you'll get it down pretty regularly. And usually it's better to not go down as far than to go too much. That's something, because you can always back on down and readjust if need be. But if you get down too far, then it ends up going over the hook and then you got bigger issues. So it's better to always go down not quite as far than to go down too much. So let's put the boat on the trailer. So there it is. We didn't get it up quite far enough with the motor. I didn't back down far enough, but that's an easy fix. So we're just gonna hop out. We're gonna go ahead and winch this up. This is where it's important to have a good winch like the Fulton F2. So we got that good and tight. Now I'm gonna back down a little bit farther and get it on up there. There it is. It's up on the trailer secure. So now we're going to pull up, get out of the way so other people can continue to launch and put their boats on the trailer, and we'll get it secured to hit the road.